Now we have a gentleman, we've been knowing him since he's little. So Joseph was in the little schools with my daughter. Upper Localia, McCash, South Terrebonne, Caleb. Caleb was always at our house. Caleb was always Caleb, if you know Caleb. And if you ever want to send him a care package, send him some Blue Runner red beans, and he will love you forever, okay? So Caleb graduated 2015 from South Terrebonne. His parents are Rachel and I know his parents. Rachel and Dennis Andersen. Dennis is over here today. So we've been knowing Caleb for a long time, so he's going to tell you a little bit about seminary life. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Everybody extending a hand. Oh, God help us. Lord, we thank you for Caleb's witness. We ask him to calm his nerves, give him the wisdom, the knowledge he needs to speak, and for us to hear. We ask this in your name. Amen.
How y'all doing today? This thing's cool. I haven't used one of these before. So I saw them up inside. All right, guys. So I'm Caleb. My parents are Dennis and Rachel Andersen. My dad's back there. Hey, Dad. So my vocation story started when I was 3 years old, okay? So every time, you see a little 3-year-old, what's the question you ask them? What do you want to be when you grow up? So when I was 3, I wanted to be a paleontologist priest. That's what I wanted to be growing up. Because when I was 3, the 2 coolest things in the world were dinosaurs and Jesus. So that was pretty cool. But as I grew up and I realized dinosaurs are pretty cool, but Jesus is a lot cooler. I guess a lot of my growing up, wonderful neighborhood, wonderful friends, wonderful family, and especially people this is my stomping grounds here in St. Joseph and Chauvin. So I've kind of grown up around here, so a lot of you guys probably know me already. But I'm just a lot of the community here, the friends and the family I've made definitely helped form me to who I am right now. Now granted, I didn't start my seminary application until my senior year of high school. And my biggest thing about applying, or I guess my biggest worry was I see, all these really holy priests, and I'm like, that's awesome, but, I can't do that. I'm just Caleb, That's about it. But I think just talking with a variety of people, but I guess my big breakthrough moment was as I started talking about joining seminary, I just got to know a few really good holy priests. Father Josh Rodrigue and Father Andre Malasa really brought me along and was like, hey, you can do this because, we're normal people too. And at that point, I was like, all right, cool, let's go. Lock and load, go to seminary. I'll still never forget when I came. We had a big family gathering after I finished my application, and I went home. Well, I wasn't home. Where was I? I was at my Momo's house. Momo's house, the best place. All right. So once I went to Momo's house, I got an announcement to everybody, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna go to seminary. And I was waiting for a what? And then my Momo goes, oh, we knew that already. I'm like, what? That's what I said. You could have told me that earlier. She goes, yeah, but you got to figure it out on your own. I'm like, thanks, Momo. So I joined seminary 3 years ago, so I'll be going to my 4th year. Seminary is a fantastic place. So I guess my first impression of seminary was a bunch of guys being quiet all day, praying and studying and going to bed. Well, I was proved wrong as soon as I got there. So a lot of guys, best way I could describe a seminarian is a man who loves God and he's searching for the truth. So that's essentially what seminary is called to do. We're called to discern what we're going to be undertaking. So it's an 8-year program, 4 years of philosophy, 4 years of theology. If I could describe seminary formation in one Bible verse, I pulled it up right here. So this is Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17. Iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. So the idea of seminary formation is to help form us into holy men as potential candidates for the priesthood. So one of the ways you do that is, of course, prayer. That's another major part of formation. But also, as iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another. It's an encounter with the other seminarians. The encounter, that's the word, right? There we go. Encounter between the two. I had to work that in there. And so there's an encounter between men. And I think it's one point, it's easy with your buddies, and you're like, hey, this is good, great. But sometimes, you got some rough edges you got to work out with some friends. So let me give you an example. So this past semester, I had the best roommate. Well, we don't share it, but we're next door, and our walls are really paper thin. So Joseph Laperouse, who's back there, was my roommate. for a whole year. Joseph is the best roommate. If you ever need a roommate, best guy ever, quiet, never makes a lot of noise. Me, on the other hand, I make a lot of noise. So I think I definitely might have woken Joseph up multiple times. He'll knock on my door and tell me, hey, you know, it's curfew, right? I'm like, oh, it is, you know. Not good. But I think I definitely helped him, but I think for me personally, it's little things like that. It's not like these big sporadic changes, but it's these little things that we learn when we kind of, you know, rub off on each other. And a lot of those rough edges we have as human beings kind of get softened down. So, you know, I'm definitely over the past year, I've grown more considerate at night whenever, you know, people are trying to sleep. So it's little things like that. Just living with each other. I think the monks, so I go to school with a lot of Benedictine monks, they're really helpful. But I think that's the one thing I can tell you about seminary formation that I think is really important. That it's that encounter with other person, but I think also encountering other person is also God. So God lives in each and every one of us. So I think that's probably the one thing about seminary formation that would be most useful here. So, all right. We're transitioning into adoration, right?